Hey, what's happening? It's the motherfucking Fat Poppy Slim Poppy podcast over here with the fattest of pops. What are you drinking?
This is a tropical screwdriver, I guess.
It looked
So
like it looked like fucking great value orange juice.
mm-mm, can't do
It
that
ain't
anymore.
no Minute Maid, but it was made in a minute.
I respect myself too much. Nah, I got about a quarter orange juice, about a half of pineapple juice, and then some vodka.
All right. Well, we got tipsy bartender Poppy over here, and then it is
And there you
I.
have.
It is I, Slim Pop, also known as Perfect Dark.
That was a good game.
For real though. Everyone talk about the motherfucking uh 007. I I don't remember playing that. I played Perfect Dark, and I remember because the kid that would bring it over, he went crazy on that game. He's like, "Yo, I unlocked the secret," and I'm like, "What's the secret?" It's like, "Oh, you can play as an alien." I thought that was the tightest shit.
We played 007, but we didn't play it all too much. I remember you got really into playing poker on 007 for whatever reason. There was like one part where there was a mission that you had to win like $1,300 or some shit.
Hmm.
Your ass is up here like 5 racks up. It's
Bro,
continuing to play poker.
my fucking childhood. Like I remember on the Sega, I would try so many different games because I was that bored. Like I could only play Ninja Turtles for so long until I get bored. I'm like, yo, let me
But
see
that
what
was always
this
the starting
motherfucking
point.
let me see what this pool going for. Let me get some 8 ball in.
Let me get Tetris. No columns. No, like just let me play colors. Like you had so many.
The fact that for one, my mom wasn't really trying to buy like the latest and greatest games. Like I had a Sega when having a Sega was not cool anymore. Everyone was like already on Nintendo 64, PlayStation and shit. She was like, yo, I got like 5, $10 in this video store selling all the Sega games for like, pennies on the dollar. Gonna get you like 2 or 3 at a time.
Yeah,
And it sounds like a great deal, but you realize that everyone already swooped all the good deals. They already took all the good games. So I had to get, side pocket pool. I had to get what was another one? Uh some sort of like random baseball game, all the
I
old Maddens.
I remember you had a fucking futuristic football game.
Yes, I did. I think it was like Powerball or some shit.
This shit was weird, but all I remember is like you could get close to the fucking you could get close to a touchdown and just chuck the ball in the end zone. And they're like, that's
Yeah.
good enough.
I enjoy games like that. That's why I love Blitz. Blitz is for the person that likes sports casually. You know?
Blitz was for the person that likes violence more than casually.
What can I say? That shit's funny as fuck when you think you going to fucking get a touchdown on me, and then my character swoops in and just like fucking clothes hanger you.
Yeah. And nothing better than halftime because halftime you had like 30 seconds of pure uninterrupted kicking ass. You're
Yeah.
drop kicking that shit's quite a time to be alive. But speaking of video games, I was talking to my nephew and I went onto the PlayStation store and I'm like, oh, what games are available to stream? Which they upped the library quite a bit on streamable games.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw God of War, the original God of War. And
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, fuck man, this used to be my shit. So I start playing it. He starts like watching me play the first mission and he's like, this is so cool. I couldn't believe you're able to do that. And I beat the big like Leviathan thing, and the next thing you know, I'm waking up in a bed with two naked girls with like damn near two D titties,
Yep.
and
And that's when you fucking turned off the TV, canceled your subscription,
I was like,
anything to cut those titties off
dog, you gotta go. Like, I was like,
away.
turn around, right? And he's like, all right. And I was like, let me change this shit
Like
because I'm
I
gonna
just
get up.
watched you chop the head off of a fucking giant leviathan, but now you go and cut things off. Okay,
I was like, you know what? Back when I was a kid, this was the coolest thing to
yeah.
me.
This was my favorite part. This is what I never beat the game. I just got to this point.
Second level, so many fucking times.
uh, yeah, I think a lot of people forget about that.
Uh,
They go back. They want to play God of War. And I'm sure they want to show, you know, the youngins like, oh, this is the original God of War, not this new PS5 Ragnarok.
uh,
And then they forget, oh yeah, they showed everything.
mm-hmm.
But
They had a fat Medusa with big
I'm
old
I'm
titties.
I'm not going to lie, I didn't even make it that far because I remember trying to play that game like a few years ago, and I had company over, and yeah, I was dead ass tired. Even fighting the Leviathan, I was just like, I'm going to pass the fuck out on this couch. Like I'm done playing this game, even though it was a great time.
Yeah,
I,
it's
I've been meaning to go back and check out them old games.
speaking of going back in old games. I remember as a kid, there was a game that you recommended me like crazy. You ended up renting it. You read about it in one of the gamer magazines, and you were fucking juiced. This game sounded like absolute shit, and you acknowledged that. But it was called Mr. Mosquito,
Oh man,
and you were able to go into the shower and go suck some girl's blood. And you're like, dog, I'm gonna go in the shower. And you know what they wear in the shower, right? Dog,
nothing.
everything. Everything. I'm gonna see everything. I'm gonna suck a titty. I'm like, wait, what?
I remember playing that game. I don't remember ever seeing that.
Yeah, I think originally they were saying it was gonna be uncensored,
Hmm.
but then they're like, Doug, nobody will ever play this fucking video game.
Yeah. Um,
Got at
I
least
did replay that game
oh yeah, I'm sure you
in less than
fucking
6 months ago. And let me tell you, the controls on that fucking game is horrendous. I couldn't get shit done. I couldn't even get like past the tutorial.
fucking no titties sucking for me.
Yeah, unfortunately. But a lot of those games back then, man, it was great. I love uh Mr. Mosquito. I love Parappa the Rapper.
It was a good one.
There's even some like random like skating games that we used to play. That was
They used
on
to
like the
play.
PS1. And then somehow like we were really into like the shitty Disney games, like the Lilo and Stitch on PS1.
I never played that one, or at least I don't remember playing that one. I remember playing hella Disney games on the Sega, but those were
Oh yeah,
always like
Lion King
actually Lion King was
was hard as shit.
fucking no way a
Bro,
child. I played that shit recently, and I'm like, fuck, shit is
get to
rough,
level
dog.
3 and all hell breaks loose.
Dog, don't even talk to me about the Stampede phase. Like, oh my fucking god, dog. That Aladdin was hard as fuck. Cool. I have no idea how, like, at least the Lion King games somewhat went with the story. Aladdin, you were just out here murking niggas.
Mhm.
Like, throwing apples at people, all different types of shit.
Did you get to play as a monkey?
No, I never got that far.
I feel like that would have been perfect. It feels like if I never played the game, but I feel like that is a thing. I'd be
Right.
surprised if they didn't have like a little monkey section. Like a little, you know how like in the Sega games, like in between levels, they'll have like a little bonus section. It's like, oh yeah, be the monkey, catch bananas or whatever the fuck the monkey does. Smoke a
Yep.
cigarette.
That's what monkeys do.
Yeah. Only the cool ones.
Only the ones that wear leather jackets and fuck your. Sorry,
God damn.
it was gonna get bad.
It was, yeah, I was ready to turn my headphones off. Like I'm gonna ride out. I'll fix it in post. Just a lot of bleep, bleep, bleep.
Oh man, but yeah,
So
him and the monkey and your girl were good
he gave her a
uh,
banana.
he drove in his fucking old school muscle car that's fire red. She needed a ride home, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, she's got to get home safe some way. Do you
And
not care
he's
about her?
for real. He did.
Yeah.
He cared so much he had to slide in and say,
Sir.
"Safe." Oh, that's great.
I think you're done here. You're cut off. I'm just kidding.
But
So, did you go crazy on Black Friday?
I
Did you go
did.
out,
Nah,
go around town, fight over a TV with a Karen at Walmart?
nah, man. Um, you want to read what Adam and Eve sent me for Black Friday?
You would.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This is gonna be the saddest fucking thing you've ever heard. So Adam and Eve is actually a nice company. They're like, dude, you could sign up for our newsletter, but if after 6 months, we're gonna stop bugging you. They'll literally send a
6 months
message,
is still kind of a long time when you think about it.
not for sex toys, but they're like, after 6 months, they'll send you a message. Hey, dude, it's been a while. We're gonna take you off the list. If you want to hear about more deals, go ahead and put in your information again. What did I do? I've been getting some of the best laughs once or twice a week from reading all of these advertisements. They always have the funniest fucking advertisements. So I had to sign up again. Have I ordered anything? I haven't ordered anything in like close to a year. I just gotta keep going.
I'm surprised with
It
how long they hit you up. Like 6 months. There's peaks and valleys in there. Like you probably ordered something while you know, getting frisky, and then
it
you
was turn.
post nut, you probably forgot all about it, and then they get you with another fucking sale. And it's just like that cycle over and over. Now all of a sudden you got like three dildos in a hand that does a shocker.
It's not even my hand.
Throwing up gang signs.
I thought it was decorative. I thought this was on the hood.
For
On
real.
her hood. Sorry. But yeah.
So
This one, this
what about Bad Dragon? Do they have
um,
you on a newsletter?
do you want a little fireball? Yeah, no, not that crazy. Those bad dragon things are fucking crazy. Like I remember you telling me about this, and I'm like, really? There's somebody out there who's like obviously a Mountain Dew drinker. Um, you know, enjoys Comic Con, but really thinks the childish things are stupid. Enjoys the thought of a furry, but would rather it be a scaly,
Yeah.
and decided after watching Game of Thrones he was ready.
They saw House of Dragon and then they wanted a house full of dragon dicks.
They was the
That
house
that's
for the
an
dragon.
okay. I'm not even tripping off the people that are buying it. I'm tripping off the man that said there is a market out there and I am going to fucking cash in on that market.
He said, "You
He had to
know,
go to the bank, apply
take out a loan."
for a business loan. He had to lay out the whole business plan. Like, yo, we want to start out with cloacas, and then we're going to move on to fish sticks, and then after that, we're going to go into dragon dicks. That's going to be a holiday special.
Do you have any prior sales or pre-orders? Yes. Do you have a substantial amount? Yes. Double yes. You have no idea how many people want to fuck reptiles.
Yeah. This is terrible.
I'm just being honest, like, dog. I mean, well, it is what it is. It's just fucking
No,
weird.
it's the truth. This is true.
So, um, I'm thinking about this summer. I'm gonna go out to this comedy club. Well, it's not really a comedy club, but
This summer,
yes, gotta wait a little bit. But have you ever heard of the Kill Tony podcast?
no. It
So
sounds familiar, but I can't say that I know.
it's the guy's name. If I told you his name, you'd recognize him. He's close friends with Joe Rogan, but he's a comedian, and he has tons of comedians come up, and they'll literally perform for a minute. Literally, they have a minute. Afterwards, they get critiqued and roast the shit out of each other back and forth for 5 minutes or so, and then continue on to the next person.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've seen this. I seen it on TikTok. I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah, there's been a couple of people that I'm like, really, you do this? I wouldn't think you would do this. But we're seeing,
Gotta love it. So you're going to go to a live recording
yeah,
and you're going to volunteer to go on stage.
yep. I'm gonna do a whole entire bit about bad dragons. Whole bit. I'm gonna
You're going to
bring
bring your
props.
collection.
I'm bringing props.
Yeah. You're
So,
bringing props in your Crocs.
yeah, so this is one, is like I made said I made a scale replica and sent this in. I made this out of a pair of cowboy boots
Yeah.
and a pool floaty, and told them this is what I was looking for, and this is what I got. It's called the alligator tail.
I've seen people go on that podcast and get their feelings hurt and then they try to fucking like try to roast them, but that never works.
There's only
When you're trying to roast someone that's been like roasting for I'm sure this podcast has been going for a minute now. Like
yeah.
this guy is warmed up. He's got to think outside the box. When chances are, like when you're someone that got your feelings hurt, you're just gonna go with like the most bullshit responses. Like you're an asshole, you're not funny, or just whatever.
Haha, you only got here because you rubbed lotion on Joe Rogan's nipples for each fight. You're a sophisticated nipple rubber.
Sophisticated with white gloves.
How those gloves get white? Ooh. It's all fun and games until you roast somebody and you end it with ooh.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
Or
what.
or what's going to suck too is I'm sure people try to do that and then it doesn't go over well, and then you hear the crowd booing at them. Then they're like, I don't care. I don't care." And then they fucking have to just sit there or probably leave. I would just leave at that point.
Yeah. Speaking
Mhm.
of leaving, so I had well nobody else will really know this, but had a job interview today. Well, I was gonna go to a job interview, but then I saw how much they're paying and I was like, I'm not
Too
gonna work
high.
there. Definitely not gonna work there.
They were trying to
Um,
give him too much money.
I mean,
Look,
I don't know what they see me as. I'm scum and deserve to be treated as such.
you're going to fuck up my EBT. Paying me that much.
Sir, I'm gonna fuck up my self esteem. I'm gonna have some. But so they're gonna do it over Zoom. And I guess it's been a while since I used my Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm signed into an old account on Zoom. And I checked maybe 15 minutes before. And I was like, maybe I should just go ahead and talk to him, whatever. I click on, and it's like, okay, let's join you on. Here's your name. Do you know what my name was? My display name that I almost hopped into the call with?
Mike Hawksplash.
Foreskin flute.
Of course you did.
Now, do you know how terrible that would have been? Can you just
N-
take a second?
They would have hired you on the spot. That's a
Or,
man with confidence.
Jesus Christ.
That's a musician right there.
That's a fucking lady killer, am I right? Huh?
He seems like he would do whatever it takes to get promoted. Spreads his
When
legs, whatever it takes.
yeah, wouldn't even have to get this guy a fucking pencil holder. Wait, what?
So what'd you do?
Um, I got off the call. I Googled how to change my display name, and apparently you just literally type it in right there.
Yep.
But I wasn't going to take any chances. And then I went out and gathered stuff for dinner tonight
I don't understand why you would have a crazy name to begin with.
because this is something that like we've been doing shit through Zoom, and I mean, I'm just like, might as well have something funny. But I didn't think it was like going to stay on for the rest of my fucking life.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like usernames. It's not like you have to come up with something crazy.
So, what would you do if you were a hiring manager and all of a sudden you're waiting for this person who's, you're looking forward to interviewing, has all this fucking experience, and then you see the little Zoom call come in, and above it just says fucking labia leviathan.
Okay, okay. So let's do a little role playing. All right.
Or
I'm gonna be the
you would
fucking
you,
manager.
you would want to role play with labia leviathan, wouldn't you? It's like
Yeah.
fuck.
Sir, sir, I can't help but notice that in the bottom left corner you have a very unique name.
It means a
Uh
lot.
Labia Leviathan. Is that your mother's name or your father's name?
No,
Or did you get a name change?
it's my Hebrew name.
Okay, okay, all right. Now you don't have to, expound on that, but I am interested, because I do like to learn about new cultures.
Yeah, I mean, when you kill it as much as I do,
Oh, so like busting it wide open is what you're referring to.
I'm more of the bringer of death, if you will.
Okay. All right. All right. And would you say that's one of your strengths?
I mean, you could take it how you want to, but I mean, it's so pleasurable that it's not anymore.
Mm. All right. Take it how you want. Okay. And what would you say is one of your weaknesses?
Going soft.
Mm,
Sometimes I have a couple PBRs, and sometimes you're just not ready for the game.
okay. Got whiskey dick. All right. Now, I mean, this has been a wonderful interview, but I'm really not convinced that you would be a good fit here. Do you feel like you'd be a good fit?
I fit in anything.
All right. I think we're going to have to look elsewhere. We're going to have to go a different route.
I'm down with whatever you're bringing.
All right, I'm hanging up now.
Okay, bye. Love you. Yeah, that sounds like a good interview. Maybe I should have.
That's exactly how it went down. You kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I
It would
mean,
have been a good story.
that would have been a great story. The labia leviathan. But in other news, have you been watching the news at all lately, or keeping up with anything?
Very casually, just like the big news. Like there's always something depressing happening like every couple of weeks, if not every week.
Yeah, I've grown to be a fan of the news, but my news is very direct. I only like to learn about news from one region. I've delved into it, and now it's consumed me. Some people like to watch Fox News, some people watch CNN, some people watch BBC, and I giggle at them, um, just because of the name. But I have I've looked into the depths of the internet and found my favorite news source. Now it is on Reddit,
Oh, I thought it
and
was
they
BuzzFeed.
do link multiple things, but it is called nothing else but Florida Man. All exclusive Florida crazy ass news. Now, is it absurd? Yes. Will you always get a laugh out of it and feel informed? Absolutely. So, first thing on my page, Florida woman sues Kraft for $5 million because she claims the macaroni and cheese takes longer than 3.5 minutes, as said on the box.
Mm. And that's still not accounting for the time that you gotta like boil some hot dogs or microwave them.
Oh, that's crazy.
You got butterfly them. 'Cause that's when you get fancy with it.
So, can't like some of the stuff you wouldn't believe actually happened until it sends you to the link of the actual news source, such as a Florida man drops a 75-pound bag of cocaine out of a plane in the middle of a Florida Crime Watch meeting. That
What
is the biggest flex fuck you I've ever heard in my life.
the fuck is a Prime Watch meeting?
Crime,
Oh,
crime,
I was like,
Prime
I
Watch.
thought I'm like Amazon.
What the fuck are these niggas doing?
Bezos, what you doing up there?
Oh, you know what he's doing in Florida.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Oh, that's just wholesome. My favorite story that I've read all year was the Florida man kidnapped a scientist at gunpoint from work. It doesn't even say what type of science this guy does, but he kidnaps a scientist from work, tortures him a little bit, and just like beat him up a little bit, just to let him know he's serious. And he said, "You will not be able to leave until you do what I want you to do." And the guy's like, "Okay, promise I'll try." And he's like, "Look, dog, you need to clone my dog because I don't want him to ever die."
Yep.
I'm like, this is some of the most wholesome, stupid shit I've ever heard in my life. That was pretty good.
I mean, he's still going to die. It's just he's going to have a clone. I mean, I don't know. It sounds like it's not really going after the real issue. If he watched Frankenweenie, he would have figured out what was the best route to take. So you're
I've
telling me you've been scrolling through this nonstop as your main news source. You know nothing about what the fuck's going on locally, but you know everything that's going down.
in
Oh,
Florida.
yeah, in
Yes.
Florida. Okay. All right. That's good because
I don't know the weather in Florida.
oh, yeah.
I
Well,
don't know
it's
what the
always
weather.
fucking humid and hot, so you're kind of used to that in Texas.
Yeah. Florida man allegedly stole a boat to return back to Cuba. He says he dick likes, quite literally, he said he dick likes living in the US. That's pretty wild. Naked Florida woman on a motorcycle causes a stir. I could see that.
I can only imagine the type of shit that you're going to read once spring comes around again.
Oh no, you don't even got to get to spring. Look at this. Florida man accused of hiding fentanyl in his genitals inside of a Burger King after a police chase. So this man drove through a wild police chase and ended it at a Burger King, ran into the Burger King, went straight to the bathroom, no exit routes, and was like, "Dog, I'm going to put this fentanyl somewhere."
That's what I was waiting for you to answer. What the fuck does that mean in your genitals?
I'm not sure if he just straight up put it in his urethra, just like fucking
Or maybe
crammed
just
it
got some like rubber bands?
like a Dixie stick.
God.
I don't know if he just fucking keistered it. I don't know if he was thought he was ghetto and from the fucking I don't know 14-year-old ghetto kid 2003 and was just hiding their weed behind their balls.
That's what I thought. That is the most
That is actually pretty Florida.
logical way to go, but according to this subreddit, I mean, a lot of these are very irrational. So I we could be completely wrong. He's like he he probably tried every suggestion we just had.
Probably. This is a good one. This is one that will make you giggle. Florida man breaks into house, makes coffee,
Hmm.
and then takes a nap.
Oh, that's just wholesome. But it's kind of ass backwards. That's like, taking a shower and then taking a shit. It's like
I
your
hate
whole
when that
day is backwards.
happens.
How you going to have a coffee and take a nap?
I hate when that happens. It's the worst feeling ever. You get out of the fucking shower and you're about to walk out of the bathroom, and all of a sudden your stomach's like,
Mhm.
fuck, man.
Yeah. Now you're going to have to either be a 2 shower Andy or you're going to be one gross motherfucker outside. Just everyone knows your existence. Everyone's glad that you left and hate it when you're like around them.
A Florida man arrested for DUI and punching a dog. Who the fuck gets all the way down to about 2.5 feet off of the ground
Bro,
and punches a dog.
every time I see a dog like trying to attack someone in the hood, they're always ready to square up with the dog. I've seen people actually like square up with the dog, just straight up punching it in the side of the head.
This shit is ridiculous.
And
I'm
the
just gonna
dog
be.
usually either does one of two things. Either gets more aggressive, like I'm going to fucking bite your arm off, or they just run off and they're just like, all right, like I didn't need this today.
See, but look, I've turned 30 recently. So, like, the thought of me either kneeling down to 2.5 feet to
They did
pet
not
a
kneel.
dog
They
is
did not
one.
kneel, and they did not give what you say professional boxer technique punches. Like they was like curling their fists and like I don't know, they look like the I don't know, like a fucking little hook.
It's like a little. That's
Like
so disturbing.
the way that they're like curving it and then going back and forth, like it kind of looked like a toy, like a little action figure, you know?
If somebody says, "Oh, how'd he hit him?" It was a
Like
little hook.
a little
Like,
hook. I
that shit is
don't know
so.
how else to explain it, bro. I'm telling you, this shit is I don't know. I feel like a lot of people when we get into fights, we ain't really like taught how to fight, and we just kind of learning as we go. I know I did.
I get it. I get it. All right, last Florida man story because this one makes sense because you catch me at the wrong day. There's a certain number of things that could go right or wrong depending on how you look at it.
Hmm.
And I personally would end up in this situation. So let me tell you what could have happened. If I was drunk, if I was hungry and lost my phone, or my phone was dead and my charger wasn't working, this could easily happen. Florida man arrested for stealing 85 pounds of shrimp and one GPS unit.
Mm. He was taking them back home.
I'll find a way.
Listen here, little buddy. They might call you a shrimp, but to me,
You said they call me a shrimp too.
but to me, use Goliath. Now go out there and be somebody. Just
Like,
mad dead. Just
how many hoes do you think he was going to trick off on with all that shrimp?
um
There,
zero.
no,
Zero.
you get personal use 85 pounds of shrimp.
Oh yes, you can when you're in Florida. I'm sure in Florida, with how this Reddit sounds, there's other men that is looking at him like a target. They want that shrimp. All of them have their own plans with that shrimp, and none of them are good or wholesome.
Say, hey, so you got caught up with 85 pounds, but how much did you take?
Mm-hmm.
Now you ain't hearing me. How much did you take? And how much did they get?
Why does your
Honey,
stomach smell like shrimp?
I don't know. Oh yeah, that's disturbing. I'm not even gonna. Why does your stomach
Bro,
smell like shrimp? What the fuck?
bro, imagine you go to Florida, you want to go on vacation, and you're just like, I'm gonna check out the beaches. The beaches are, seem cool. You hang out there for a little while. You know what, man? I'm gonna take a little nap. Take a nap. Next thing you know, homeboy is like, wake the fuck up, and then slams the fucking giant fucking 84-pound bag on you. You got shrimp all over you. Like it just sounds like that's some shit that these type of people would be doing.
Yes, but
High off fentanyl, they they're playing video games in their mind.
the stupid part is
They playing
my
real life GTA.
That's not GTA, but I might be Saints Row. That's
For
not
real.
Dog, my dumb ass. Somebody slam eight paws, like slam 85 pounds of shrimp on me. I'm gonna be mad
You
for a
might
minute,
die.
for
Someone slams that.
good mm, 2.5 minutes. But then afterwards, that means I get to claim it as my own.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, it is yours. Like, I'm sure the bag busted all over you.
Can we not put it into that terrible term?
He opened up a bottle of shrimp cocktail. He just treats you like a little meal.
You are my cutting board. What?
Now your stomach smells like shrimp.
Okay.
He
Okay.
hands you the bag, like, clean this up and tag someone else, and then runs off.
Then I go home and try to convince my fiance that I have not been in a strip club. She's like, "What the fuck, dirty ass club have you been?"
Yeah. Well, why does it look like you got glitter? It's not glitter. It's just all
It's
the
shrimp stock.
slime. Yeah, it's just shrimp stock all over me. I'm glistening. I haven't taken a shower yet.
Skin looks really healthy. So I don't know what's
For
going on.
real. Like they got the omega 3s, all that shit. I mean,
Maybe I should bottle this up. Shrimp
I
juice
mean you.
bud.
I mean, at this point for you, it would be perfect because you could have it right next to the catfish. The
Oh my
catfish
god.
bites.
Dog.
You want to explain the to the audience what that whole ordeal was?
I'm halfway not even like ashamed of it. So I went out to Restaurant Depot and I ordered some food. And I'm dyslexic, right? So I read, I think it was 2 pounds for 14 bucks. And I'm like, that's not the best price ever. But all these other things are great deals. So fuck it. Let me just order my Instacart from one place, right? Um, I end up getting everything. And then all of a sudden, my fiance calls me and she's like, dude, I'm not sure if we even have enough room for all this shit. And I was like, why? What's going on? She's like, it's so much food. I was like, okay, well, we'll put some of this there. I'm gonna ask my mom if we put some stuff at her house. But did we get the catfish? She's like, yes, we got the catfish. Do you want to see it? I'm like, yeah. She shows me a box, a large Amazon box size of fucking catfish. That was not 2 pounds of catfish. That was 20 pounds of fucking cat.
I love it.
But for $16, I couldn't complain.
I
And
mean, that came directly from Florida,
for sure, probably a little fentanyl in that too.
for real.
Never know.
I mean,
So
that's why you haven't been sleeping lately.
makes sense, dog. Would you go to Florida?
Fuck yeah, I'd go to Florida. You kidding me?
Now, are you aware of the most dangerous animal that is in Florida?
The alligator.
No. The alligators have been getting fucked up by this animal. Actually, they're trying to go through things to protect the alligators.
Mhm.
So, the most thriving animal in Florida. Now, listen to the name Burmese python.
Mm.
Burmese. Them niggas aren't supposed to be there. But apparently, Florida is the number one area of the illegal animal trade.
Mhm.
Burmese pythons got loose, figured out that they have no natural predators, and are actually able to eat. Some of the medium to small size alligators will fuck up a large one. They've been good. Also, they have a problem with giant rats, which are the size of a mid sized dog. And now the most recent thing, which we're seeing the evolution over the past 10 years, for me is pythons run the whole entire Everglades. And what they like to do now is hunt for big game by getting all the way up in a tree. And whenever they see somebody or something come and they're trying to eat it, which, yes, this has been happening to people too, they will jump out of the tree and land on you. 120 pounds
Gosh,
coming
damn.
down from 15 to 20 feet. So that way they can knock your ass out, fall on the floor, and they don't even have to fuck with you anymore. They've just gotten lazy with it.
It's
They're
like,
like,
dog.
nigga, let me body slam you real quick so I can eat you
I
whole.
wonder. I
Pause.
wonder if humans thought of this shit. Like back in the day, like the hunter got, you know, got so many good hunts in. He got fat, and he just like, you know what? Next time a motherfucking uh a deer come by, I'm just going to fucking body slam it from the tree. I'm just going to find the tallest tree and just fucking ruin its whole day.
Uh, I'm sorry. That shit.
I'm not going to lie. That's a new fear unlocked.
That's
I
beyond.
just saw some videos about anacondas, and that had me tripping. Now you telling me even in the trees, I'm not safe? No, I can't.
Even they say do not walk around trees. They eat up everybody's dogs. They've been fucking up everything. Also, seeing that it is the illegal trade and the legal animal trade capital of the world, they say at least 1 to 2 times a month that they have to retrieve a big cat that's walking around, strolling around the city.
I believe it. I
Appar-
fucking believe it.
Apparently, they just get too big and then people just let them go. But they say 3 to 4 times a month, they end up getting called by a homeowner who's like, Doug, I don't know what the fuck happened, but there's like a big cat in my house. And
Mhm.
that's the case where these people are like, I don't want to get in trouble, but I need to hide this fucking big ass tiger or lion, and I'm just gonna leave it at this person's house randomly. People are breaking into people's house to leave fucking giant cats.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about after you was telling me the whole Python story. Because now you got to probably deal with all types of other exotic animals. I wouldn't
Oh,
be surprised if there's like exotic fucking like bugs too.
I'm sure. I mean, if you have giant rats, like who the fuck has giant rats?
Hmm.
It's fucking strange. Um,
Florida's the one spot where you might have to like watch out for hippos. Hippo
yeah,
got loose the other day. Now
they,
it's somewhere in the Everglades.
they say chimpanzees be running around that motherfucker.
Oh fuck!
A chimpanzee will go fuck your ass up
Oh
real
my
fast.
god!
Real fast.
My girl, she every time she sees like a chimpanzee or like a little monkey, oh my god, it's so cute. I I like them too, but I respect it. I'm like, I know what the fuck they can do real quick.
No, I've read a fucked up statistic, and I'm not sure if it goes across the board for all monkeys, but from what I've read about gorillas, is that there is no knowledge of how strong they actually are. Essentially, what they get gather data from is like, oh, we have a fucking 900-pound log. This gorilla just lifted up a 900-pound log with one arm and threw it to the other side of his cat enclosure. Okay, so he probably can lift up to 1,800 pounds. Oh, now we have 1,000-pound log, and he did the same fucking thing. Like, there's no idea of how strong these fucking animals are, but they say it has to be 8 to 10 times stronger than the average.
Easily, easily.
I'm like, that's
How the fuck are you supposed to like have a gorilla test his strength? What, put one of those little machines that you see in the arcade where you have to punch a punching bag and see how high the number can
that's
go?
that's the smart way.
I
That's the
mean,
smart way.
yeah.
Look, I mean, hey, give the nigga an Apple Watch.
Yep. Get him a Garmin. You know, it's a little more fancy. It got GPS on it. Yeah. I I'm not surprised. And not only that, I'm sure they get another level of strength if they're like in distress or like fighter flight mode. So
That's what
there's
they're
no way to figure that shit out. I'm sure they could, I don't know, lift up a fucking rhinoceros.
for
I
real.
don't know.
How stupid you look. Like there's been no time in my life where I felt 110% hopeless. But if there was ever a day where I'm walking down the street in Florida because I was just obviously getting some fentanyl and saw a full size silverback gorilla yelling at me,
I don't even
oh,
think I don't think there's a way to escape that.
there's not.
You're that's just it.
They run 35 miles per hour. No, I'm not getting out of there. What am I gonna do? Jump over a fence? Good fucking one.
Here's what you do. I learned this from Captain Insano.
Yeah.
You just poke him in the fucking eyes and hope for the best that he'll make it quick.
So the secret is you pull your shirt over your head and you pretend to be a banana.
What you do is you squirt some water in his nose and the feeling that you get, that burn that you get, yeah, he'll be more distracted with that.
You just gotta like quickly, just like you gotta lead him one way and then jump to the other side and then shove a Q-tip in his ear and scrub.
What you do is you run for the nearest tree in hopes that there's a python above you and he fucking falls on the gorilla and they fight.
That's a good one. That
Yeah.
is a good.
I mean, in Florida, that's your best bet. After that, I got nothing else I could advise. But on that note, I think we can get into the playlist.
Okay, so I got my song. I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
Um, an older song that I feel like gets slept on. It is called Ronald Reagan by Kendrick Lamar off of the Section 80 tape. Super dope. Definitely a classic song, but it was one of those songs that had it kind of got a little buried amongst all the other good music on that tape. And then that tape ends up getting buried by Good Kid Mad City. And like I mean, Kendrick just keeps on dropping hit after hit. So it's like song that can easily be forgotten.
So, all right, I got my song. Um, I've been trying to listen for some new R&B. Every so often, I'll like pop in on some of these playlists and try to find something new. Uh, my song is going to be "Too Many Things" by Gwen Bunn, and it's just dope little like synthesizers going, little R&B track, kind of more chill um than R&B, I feel.
Huh?
But yeah, Too Many Things by Gwen Bunn. Check it out.
All right, that's tight. With that being said, if you're in Florida, run. If you're close to Florida, don't cross that line. You know what's
Mhm.
good for you? Think of
Watch out for shrimp. Anyone running towards a bathroom, trees,
water.
gorillas. Yeah, water. Yeah. Mm,
I'm just like, I don't think there's a safe place to be, quite
No,
frankly.
no.
Also, I heard a story about a man that was chasing two teenage girls, stopped for a second, took off all of his clothes, and this is the crazy part. He continued chasing them, and then they ducked off into a Starbucks, and he stood across the street, butt naked, and just said, "You know what? I'm gonna continue looking at these girls, but also I'm gonna smoke a little crack."
Mm. And then after that, he's going to go to the safest place in Florida, which is the exotic zoo, because since all these
Probably.
fucking animals are leaving
Um,
and going into everywhere else, they're obviously not in the zoo. So,
yeah. They only have fucking flamingos in the zoo.
yeah, not even real flamingos. Cracked
Lawn
out,
flamingos.
cracked out flamingos. They got like 3 feathers on them. They're not even pink anymore. They're like an orange tint.
Yeah. And the shit that they'll offer you for a peanut. All right. But yeah, it's been another episode. Thank you for tuning in. You can check us out on all streaming platforms, also on YouTube. We have a playlist as well, which is just a curation of different music that we all fuck with, just to kind of get a better idea of who is who, you know.
Yeah, I updated it recently. So I was about what, like 10 plus episodes behind on that shit. It's just not easy to keep up with. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a lot of music. Everybody has, shit going on in their life. I'm currently getting sponsored by Adam and Eve, so it's been time crunching.
Good. Not really sponsored. More like more like
A love
you're
interest. I'm just playing.
yeah, got mad respect for
Yeah, when their name come up, I respect it.
them.
But yeah, follow us on all streaming platforms. Give the video a like, subscribe. Also, feel free to hit us up and talk your shit. Tell us you hate the podcast, and we will roast you to no fucking end. Tell us you like the podcast, and we'll tell you you must be a girthy boy.
I'm talking 12 inches of girth.
Talking just fucking A. They call you fucking tuna can in the streets, boy.
All
Yeah.
right. On that note, we out. Peace.
Peace.